are grapes of my ex-mother-in-law. This girl looks like Phyllis Diller on steroids. Oh well, we'll be able to show that on Oh! Greetings everybody! Fine, how do you do? Well, that's not what I was looking at this, but can't have that on the video. I didn't even know I was being recorded that time. Anyway, boy, I got a lot of explaining to do, Lucy. I've been gone for 4 months. But, you know, eating, there he is. He's always eating. Been gone for 4 months, and what did he do? He starts eating again. Well, man, I got a lot of stuff to show you, but I got to tell you some things too. But I can't do it all in one video. You know, to try to make a long story short. Wow, where do I start? Oh, where do I start? I did tell my friend Todd Gimpy 204. I spoke with him on the phone, and I spoke with my really good buddy Scott in Canada and his wife Sherry. And before I go any further, I also want to mention that I was really happy to hear from Michael, Comic Castle Hills. He gave me a call a couple of times. I spoke with him once, and he just called me recently again. But I'm sorry, Michael, I didn't return the call. I sunk into inertia and pretty deep depression for a while there. But you know, one of the highlights was when Tony Why Not Art, he came up a few weeks ago from from New Jersey, with his beautiful wife and beautiful kids. I had a great time, although I probably didn't show it that much because there was so much going on. I couldn't talk to him about it then, you know, but it did make me happy that he showed up, you know, and we had a fun time hanging out for the day. So that was pretty cool. That got me out of my inertia for a while. But some of the things that have been going on. My wife, a few weeks ago, about a few weeks ago, she did something to her knee. She broke something in her knee, and then she developed 2 blood clots, and she could barely walk on her left leg. This was her left knee, her left leg, barely walk on. And a few days after that, I was at the Mayfest over here. And on the way back, you know, the sidewalks one part of the sidewalk was a little bit higher than the other by maybe an inch, because this part of it was all brick, this part of it was all concrete. I didn't see that little drop there, and I went over with 1 foot, twisted it, violently tore the ligaments and muscles a lot of it felt like it just came right off the bone, and it did. When I got the x-ray, it showed a fleck, you know, pop right off the bone. I had a bone fleck that came off. But when that happened, I tried to save myself by grabbing onto one of those giant concrete, you know, planters where they put the plants in. And the same foot, I trip. I fall over a piece of metal that was coming out of that part of the sidewalk, which was brick, because there was a signpost there that they cut off, and they left about 2 inches of it sticking out. I didn't see that, so there I was. First I twist my ankle, then I trip over that, and I fractured it. 2 hairline fractures, 1 on each side of my ankle. So it was just crazy. And a friend of mine that I've been helping out with a place to stay brings bed bugs into my building, and I got to, you know, that's my livelihood because I got 2 other tenants living there on 2 different floors. So this costed me $2,000 to get rid of the bed bugs. The other day, Came home and noticed my wife, she has her little woman cave up there where she watches TV. It's all the way on the second floor, her little attic nook and stuff like that. I'm looking at the couch. I'm going up there because I need to get some other things out of there because I'm moving things to my new apartment because I'm staying here and in my other building where I'm going to keep an apartment. And I notice she's been watching TV with a frickin' mouse for company. She didn't believe me when I told her that. And then I cleaned it all up, and then there was still some of the mouse turds left there, but we cleaned it all up after I showed it to her. She cleaned it up more. Put traps down. We didn't catch anything for the last couple of weeks, so that means that a mouse must have got in there during the winter time and made herself very comfortable, and she never even knew about it. Oh my God. And the top of all, the worst thing is, my wife and I have kind of a somewhat open marriage. We don't do anything, with other people, that is, sexually, unless, I'm totally honest and open with her and, tell her about something like that this might happen. And she knows about it before it would even happen, and I would know about it from her before it happened, but it never has for all these years. We just basically got married for insurance purposes and to have a situation where we can pool our money together and own another property and things like that, taxes and whatever. But I met this girl, this woman, and I really like her. I've grown fond of her. We became really good friends, and just in the last few weeks, she's left the place where she was staying at, and I helped her move out of there into another place where she was going to be staying for 3 months until she could get on her feet and get her own place. So she had to get out of there because the guy was driving her crazy, and now I offered her a place to stay with me at the other apartment. And I don't know, mistake or what, she's pretty good looking, she's got a good figure and everything like that, but I liked her because we hung out together and did a lot of things together, talked, had a lot of things in common and all that stuff. And then one day I was over there. This is when I broke my ankle. The next day, she takes off. Well, that's all right. She can go, goes off for a couple of days or whatever. But she took off with a whole case of my beer. Oh, man. That got me mad. That got me mad. I'm over it now because I made her buy me 2 cases of this summer shandy. But there have been a lot of other things going on too, and I just can't get into everything right now. So let me just get into some of the haul stuff what I got. And by the way, that's a piece of cheese. Hey. I forgot that. Sounds like my ex-wife. I got a collection of beer openers here. I always take out a different one, and yes, I know this is a twist off, but still I like to use made out of plastic, and it works. So that's just some of the stuff that's been going on, plus all the work I gotta do around here and in the other building. Oh, God. Well, I went to a backyard flea market and I picked up some stuff. And I'm really sorry that I didn't do any videos for all these months, but all these things were going on, and I was very depressed. Thinking about my parents, that passed away and everything, years ago. Sometimes it just comes and goes, I can not think of them for months, even a year, and all of a sudden I can't get them out of my mind. I get so depressed. But anyway, Oh, this is hard for me to get back into making videos. You know, it's really rough. So I'm just kind of, oh, hey, I gotta show you this because come on down, come on. See if I can get it to come down. I would have this. There it is. Okay. Alrighty then. I wanted this to come down because that fits what happened to me, you know, fracturing my ankle in 2 places. Let me see if that works like that. No, it doesn't work like that. Oh, fuck. Still got all these cobwebs up from Halloween. Can you believe that shit? Oh, for Christ's sake. I told you I can't get back into it properly. Where am I going to put this? Clumsy hands. How about right there? Yeah. Oh, here. This is something I picked up. Now, you've probably seen this sitting there in another video. But that was a copy that I got from the library. This is my very own copy. And man, this is an awesome book. You know, before I couldn't afford to buy it because I knew it was going to come down in price anyway. But it was like over $100, and even more with the slipcase. So it's a good thing I waited because with my discount, I got this book for $40. $40. And this has got just the entire history and a wealth of information that is, to me, very important for people that are collecting comic books today. If you're in it just for the money and to make some dough and to make a fast buck or whatever, screw you. You have to know the history of comics to really enjoy comics. But I mean, if you want to make a buck, go ahead, that's alright. But the people that are in it just to buy comics, to turn them over, they don't give a shit about the comics themselves. They just want to make money on them, that's it. I got no use for people like that. I don't care. If that's all they want to do is make money on them and don't give a shit about the comics or the stories or the artwork or the creators or anything else, then got no use for you. But oh, just let me show you a great. Oh, this is just this book is just so awesome, man. I mean, I use the word awesome on extremely limited occasions, and I just used it now because this is truly an awesome book. It's got the total history of comic books in here, because it all started with Nelson Wheeler, you know, all the way back in the 1930s. He was really the unsung hero of modern comics. But there's this picture I wanted you to see. I don't know if I don't know, let me just bear with me for a minute here if I can find this photograph. It's with all these kids, you know, sitting in the alley or backyard of a tenement building, and they're all reading comics, you know, action comics. Oh, here it is. This is so cool. There, let me get my picture back there. Okay. Now this, wait, let me see. I think this is from Tenement Courtyard, 1943. I'm gonna have to stand up, folks, to show that to you. See those kids there? Sitting on an old cot that somebody threw out. They look like the little rascals. But, let's see here. I didn't know if I had any glare there, but that one kid is reading an Action Comics. I don't know what issue that is. If you look closely at the upper windows, there's a guy sticking his head out, looking down to see what these kids are up to. This is just a beautiful, beautiful book. I'm so happy that I was able to get it and get it for the price that I got it. Yes, sir. Yes, sir, Senator. Now, in that backyard flea market sale, look at this. Here's an original movie poster. I think this is the second movie, Conan the Destroyer. I think it was the second film. Original movie poster. Arnold Schwarzenegger. And I picked this up. $1. $1. Lovely, $1. And I'm going to have a backyard flea market at my other house this Sunday, and I'm going to sell it for $10. Somebody buy it for $10. But all right, let me show you the some of the comics that I picked up in that haul. I mean, this is going to have to be done in a couple of parts, because I don't want to have this. I've got a whole crap load of a stack of Batman comics. This whole stack here I got. $1 each. $4.76. I like this beautiful cover. This is $4.74. All of them $1 a piece. Oh, look at this. $4.57. This is the first Tim Drake as Robin. This is the first time Tim Drake appears as Robin, and I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 of these. $1 a piece. $4.71. $4.69. 69. Look at this cover. $4.58. Looks like Batman Lego. Oh, there's another one. $4.57. Oh, and this one even has a original price tag up there of $15. That's 11 copies now. $4.55. Oh, this is a great cover too. Of course, I always like skeleton horror themed covers. $4.54. Another $4.54. I'm not familiar with everything that goes on in these books. Here's 2 copies of $4.53. Here's $4.52. think these are mostly apparel covers. Well, here's an apparel cover. Marv Wolfman doing a story. Joker cover. This is 451. Another 451. Another Joker cover. This is 450. The Penguin Affair. 449. Another copy of that. 449. Penguin Affair. 448. That's part 1. There's Batman in Russia. 447. 2 copies of that. 446. 2 copies of that. 445. I just bought them all. 445. 445. 444. 443. 443 again. 440. No, 438. Oh, look at this. Batman Year 3, 2 of 4, 437. 436. Batman 432. 431. There's Batman 430. Another copy of that. And these. Oh yeah, I was happy to get these. $1 a piece. 429. Robin is dead, murdered by the Joker. Death of the Family, 429. It's got a $15 price tag up there. Of course, it looks like that was from 2001. Got that for $1, 429. Another copy of 429. Another one. And another one. And this, 428. Just this one copy, just one copy of this. But I got it for $1. I had original $45 price tag on there. It's 425. 421. There's Bane. This is Batman 419. 414. And 410. I got a nice haul on these. I tell you, I was lucky. And they're all of them were bagged and boarded. So, have a little swig of my beer. I'm happy to be back. Maybe this will get my mind off of all the crap that was going on in the last 4 months. So, I'm probably going to do another. Well, I'm probably going to do a part 2 right away, but I'm not going to upload it right away. So, or I just might start on it. And I'll finish it in the next couple of days or something. But that's what's been happening. I mean, there's other stuff that was going on as well. That was really wow. I can't even tell you about that yet. But there was so much stuff going on. It's just mind-boggling. I gotta dye my beard. I heard Hippie's kind of sick. I've been away so long I haven't talked to anybody except, Michael from Comic Crypto Castle Hills. Tony Why Not Art. Todd. Gimpy 204. And of course, my good best buddy, Scott Custom Brownstar up in Canada. So, here's a little something that's just to whet your appetite for the next video. I got some Golden Age stuff here that I'm probably going to be selling, and some graded stuff that I got here, I'll show you that next time. So, again, I want to thank everybody for sticking by me, for all these months that I've been gone with no explanation. I really appreciate it. All the subscribers mean a lot to me, and I want to thank everybody that sent me messages, private messages through YouTube, and some even got a hold of my email address and sent me emails, and there was some stuff going on Facebook. So I want to thank everybody. It really meant a lot to me, and I'm happy to be back. And I'm not quite back into the groove of it yet, but I will be. So I think I'll just start on the next video right after I finish this. So see you all next time.